Stand out on the open steppe 8 centuries ago, and you would feel the ground shake long before you ever saw one single horse rider appear. This was the Mongol Empire, born from scattered warring clans and forged into the single largest connected land empire in all of human history. One determined man united countless warring tribes through sheer will, turning nomadic herders into the most feared cavalry the world had known. His name was Temujin, but the world would soon come to know him only as Genghis Khan, ruler of every soul who lived beneath a felt tent roof. Born on the harsh Mongolian plains, young Temujin survived betrayal, exile, and the murder of his father before he had even turned 10 years old. He rose to power not through inherited titles, but through loyalty earned in blood, sharing plunder with allies instead of hoarding it himself. By the age of 40, he had unified the fractured Mongol tribes under a single law, a single banner, and a single unstoppable shared ambition. In the year 1206, at a great assembly gathered on the open steppe, he was formally declared Genghis Khan, universal ruler of all Mongol nations. What began as one desperate man's fight for survival was about to become the opening chapter of the largest land empire the earth had ever seen. The Mongol army was unlike anything the medieval world had ever encountered before, a storm of riders moving faster than fear itself could travel. Every single soldier carried multiple horses, switching mounts mid-ride so that the army never slowed down, never rested, and never truly stopped. Their powerful composite bows could strike a target from horseback at full gallop, a deadly skill drilled into young boys before they could walk. Cities that dared resist were shown absolutely no mercy, but cities that surrendered quickly were often spared and folded into the empire's reach. Fear itself became one of their greatest weapons, spreading ahead of the army so quickly that some city gates opened before a single arrow flew. Deep within the Mongolian steppe rose the capital of Karakorum, a city built not of grand stone traditions, but of tents, timber, and raw ambition. Here Buddhist monks, Christian priests, and Muslim scholars debated openly beneath the very same roof, inside the very same royal court chambers. Merchants traveling from Venice all the way to Beijing walked its crowded streets, drawn by a peace that made trade safer than it had ever been. At the center stood an enormous silver tree crafted by a captured French artisan, pouring wine and fermented mare's milk out for royal guests. Karakorum stood as living proof that an empire built entirely by warriors could also become a crossroads where the whole known world converged. For the first time in centuries, a lone merchant could travel from the Mediterranean coast all the way to China without fearing bandits or war. This was Pax Mongolica, a Mongol peace so vast and far-reaching it stitched together distant cultures, separated by mountains, deserts, and oceans. Silk, rare spices, gunpowder, and powerful new ideas flowed freely along roads guarded closely by Mongol patrols stretching thousands of miles. Paper money, printing techniques, and even early forms of a postal relay system spread outward steadily from the heart of the Mongol capital. The empire did not simply conquer distant land, it connected entire civilizations that had barely even known of each other's existence before. To the east, the Mongols faced the towering walled cities and disciplined armies of the powerful Jin and Song dynasties of ancient China itself. Siege engines, captured foreign engineers, and relentless patience allowed the Mongols to break fortifications once thought fully unbreakable. Kublai Khan, grandson of the great Genghis, would eventually complete the conquest, founding the mighty Yuan dynasty over a newly unified China. Beijing itself was rebuilt as a grand imperial capital, blending raw Mongol authority with the deep and ancient traditions of Chinese rule. What had begun as scattered raids from the northern steppe ended with a nomadic people ruling over the single richest empire on the entire planet. To the west, the wealthy cities of Persia and Central Asia stood as glittering, tempting targets along the ancient and busy trade routes of old. When the city of Otrar executed a group of Mongol envoys, Genghis Khan responded with a brutal campaign that reshaped the entire region forever. Samarkand, Bukhara, and other legendary cities fell in rapid succession, their great libraries and palaces reduced to smoldering ruin overnight. Yet from the ashes, entirely new cities slowly rose under careful Mongol administration, rebuilt with fresh irrigation systems and revived trade. The destruction across the region was very real, but so was the transformation as Persia became a vital province within a growing world empire. Beneath the endless conquests and royal courts, ordinary life quietly continued, herders moving livestock across grasslands stretching for miles. Women held surprisingly real authority within Mongol society, managing entire households, herds, and sometimes even full military campaigns. Felt tents known as jurs could be dismantled and rebuilt again within mere hours. An entire portable home designed to move right with the empire. Shamans carefully read the sky for guidance, blending ancient steppe spirituality with the many religions steadily absorbed through conquest. Even at its most powerful and expansive, the empire never fully abandoned the nomadic roots that had made its remarkable rise possible at all. After Genghis Khan's death in the year 1227, his sons and grandsons divided the empire into vast khanates stretching across 2 entire continents. At its absolute height, the Mongol Empire covered nearly a quarter of the world's land, reaching from distant Korea to the edge of Eastern Europe. No single ruler after Genghis could hold every khanate together under one banner, and the empire slowly split apart along scattered family lines. Yet even divided, Mongol descendants continued ruling from Russia all the way to China, their bloodlines shaping powerful dynasties for centuries. The empire that had begun with one exiled boy had, within just 2 generations, completely redrawn the political map of the entire known world. And yet, despite endless wars, betrayals, brutal sieges, and the slow fracturing of power, the Mongol legacy itself never truly disappeared. The trade routes it opened, the cities it rebuilt, and the connections it forged quietly shaped much of the modern world we still live in today. Genghis Khan's descendants continued ruling parts of Asia for centuries, long after the once united empire itself had completely dissolved away. History often remembers only the destruction, but it too easily forgets the roads, ideas, and cultures this remarkable empire helped connect. If this journey through the Mongol Empire captivated you, make absolutely sure to like this video and subscribe now for more hidden history. Tell us down in the comments which lost empire or ancient city you want us to bring back to life next in our upcoming historical reconstruction. From scattered steppe tribes to the largest connected land empire in history, the story of the Mongols still echoes powerfully through time. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep exploring the empires that quietly built the very world you're living in right now.